Now, it's the month of June, and if you watch this show, you know we have a saying around here, June is for recruiting. That bleeds in, obviously, very heavily into July is for recruiting, but if you've been maybe a little bit out of the loop, here's a little crash course on some of the most recent big-time commitments in the world of college football. I'll start with this. Joey OBrien to Notre Dame. Big-time safety for them, like 6'4", 180, great range. When you see him out there and you hear that he's going to be a safety for Notre Dame, it's hard to not think about Kyle Hamilton and the size that he was back there for them. Middle of the field defender, could be an absolute baller. Been billed as like a top-tier SEC athlete from Tim Hyde over at Blue and Gold. This is a sign of the times kind of get for Notre Dame, for my money. Like Marcus Freeman, maybe he lands Joey OBrien a year ago before the playoff run, but I'll tell you what, I don't think it hurt. And I don't think that it's unfair to say that Notre Dame, I think, is breathing new oxygen right now on the recruiting trail, and Joey OBrien is a massive example of that for the Fighting Irish. We got more to talk about here. Before we do that, I want to make sure y'all know this show, The Hard Count, brought to you by the phenomenal people over at Roback. All right, Roback, if you follow me on the socials and you see me post a story or a picture where I'm not in the studio, usually I'm rocking a Roback hoodie or a Roback tee, like just most comfortable athletic wear in the game, totally changing the entire landscape over there. Also, Roback very proudly leading the NIL charge with some pretty significant athletes a part of their brand. So, hear me clearly now. If you hear nothing else, hear me clearly. Use code JD, those two letters, JD, no periods, at roback.com for a generous 20% off for all new customers. Right? 20% off all new customers, code JD. All right, that's RHOBACK.com. Roback, man, taking care of us, taking care of y'all. And we appreciate them bringing y'all the show today. So go ahead and use that code. Vance Spafford is a 4-star wide receiver, top 100 player, committed to Georgia at the end of last year. And just recently, Mario Cristobal and company pulling out the old spatula and flipping my guy to the Canes. All right, now this is a dude with some absolute speed. All right, rumored to be in the 4.3 range per his own social media, per his Twitter bio. The bottom line, though, the guy's fast. He's out of Southern California. So there's the national element there for Miami, being able to go coast to coast. Big deal. But I love what he's going to be for the Shannon Dawson offense. I mean, what do we know about Shannon Dawson, how he wants to play football? They want to throw the ball down the field. A lot easier to throw the ball down the field when you have a guy that can absolutely cook. That is Vance Spafford. At a big picture level, I think this is the kind of win for Miami that they need to continue to stack. Like, you get a win over Georgia on the recruiting trail, take something that they want, usually it's a good sign for the direction of your roster. And the roster's headed in a tremendous spot for Mario Cristobal, but like as they keep stacking commitments like this, stacking positive classes, I really think it's a matter of, if not when, Miami is breathing that top-tier air in college football if they keep this kind of trend. Yesterday, via the Pat McAfee show, man, 5-star quarterback, also out of California, Ryder Lions, committing to BYU. BYU, not Oregon, not USC, not your other team that's competing for a college football playoff spot, BYU. And everyone's very quick to say, Brigham Young money is good, huh? Good for them. Yeah, good for them. If it is NIL, good for them. He said there was other schools offering bigger money on the Pat McAfee show, I believe, but neither here nor there. If this is about NIL, good for BYU. Now, I would also say, if you have the best quarterback in the conference for the Cougars in the Big 12, probably going to be in a good spot. Like, you think about what the Big 12 was a season ago. Who are the teams that were competing for the conference title? Iowa State, they were in it, right? Sam Leavitt, the best quarterback in the conference. They won the conference. I should say Shedeur as well. Okay, so I'll retract that a little bit. But if you have the best quarterback with the best roster, you're probably going to be in a good spot. I feel pretty good about the roster for BYU as long as Kalani Sitake is there. But Ryder Lions, post-mission, getting out there to Provo, going to be a ball player for him. 5-star quarterback making his way to BYU. Big get for them. Speaking of big hits at the quarterback position, top 10 quarterback Bowe Bentley committed to Oklahoma over LSU. We did a breakout video on this on the channel already, so go check that out. But I had a couple of takeaways from this. One, guy's just a ball player, right? You go check the On3 profile picture. He's got 2 chains on him. You're not wearing 2 chains if you're not a baller. That's the first part. Other part, if you have 6 pictures on your Instagram and they're all having to do with football, you love football, okay? So that's Bowe Bentley. I also like, though, what this says about the trajectory and like the direction of Oklahoma football. Feels like they're positioning themselves to get back to being a quarterback destination. If John Mateer pops, okay, that's going to raise some eyebrows for other prospective quarterback commits across the country. And then Bowe Bentley steps in and delivers under Ben Arbuckle. Like, okay, that's what made Oklahoma under Lincoln Riley, right? It's a non-negotiable right now in the world of college football to go win some hardware. So Bowe Bentley headed to Norman, massive get for them, and feels like a true arrow pointer when it comes to where they're headed in Norman. Last one here for you, 4-star cornerback Preston Ashley out of the state of Mississippi, committing to Colorado. This is the Deion effect. We said it when he took the job. Well, no idea what's going to happen long term, but they will recruit the skilled players, especially the secondary, at a high level. Preston Ashley told Hayes Fawcett, if you want to be the best, got to get coached by the best. Deion Sanders has a gold jacket that illuminates he is, in fact, the best DB. Notice now the shift from Colorado in the way they're constructing their roster. We said it earlier on in the show. And there's an athletic article out, actually, when Deion Sanders got hired out there of what his approach was going to be. We're going to start heavy in the portal to kind of turn this thing around quickly. But as we progress now, we're going to lean more and more on high school recruiting. Now, will Colorado ever lean as much on high school recruiting as, the average program in college football? I don't know. But I do know as they continue to progressively get more into the high school recruiting lane, landing 4-star corners from the southeastern part of the United States, pretty good step in the right direction. All right, this is the next phase for them, and it's a sign of the times, I think, for where Colorado is headed and how they're building their roster under Coach Prime. So a lot of big commits. Hey, keep it locked on the On3 Recruits channel. Josh Newberg, Steve Wiltfong, Chad Simmons, a lot of good stuff coming to that channel. So I would go subscribe right away and stay dialed in for all things recruiting year round.